Hey everybody, we're here looking at Red Matter 2. Let's make sure I'm recording. I am. This is kind of like a puzzle game, I guess. There might be some shooting in it. I haven't come across any first-person type shooting having to happen yet, but I haven't gotten that far. It is a very pretty game. And what I'm here to talk about is whether or not it's good for somebody with low vision and can you interact with it well enough. It's been a minute since I played this. I tried to do some of the just very introductory stuff. It does take me a long time to go through games, no matter what kind they are. So we're just waiting for this to load up here. Compiling shaders. I just know that the game is setting itself up. This is looks to be a 180 view to start off with. There's nothing behind me, so more like a movie screen. I'm holding my hands directly out in front of me. As you can see, I don't have any visual on my hands, but there will be in game. You will be able to see my hands. And just waiting. And hopefully you're able to hear me over the soundtrack. I often forget that that's going on, and I will try to talk louder just in case it is drowning me out a little bit. We're almost loaded here. Okay. Let's just continue here. Okay, I am standing, so what you see is the vantage point of me standing. I haven't tried this sitting, but this is what the game looks like in the game. So highlighted things, when they highlight, it's things that you can interact with. Here are your hands. They are triggers, and use your grip buttons, which are the buttons that are on the side of each controller, as opposed to your trigger, which is at the front. This is the grip button, so I can pick up a book. Kind of, I think of it like suction cups, being able to do that. And then beyond that, you can get information on things as well, but it's pretty neat with the physics. That didn't break, obviously. Oh gosh. Now I do know from my time and working in a science lab that that would actually be very caustic, and I kind of wish I would be by a hood, but I'm guessing that the game is not gonna make me start coughing and have acid burns, so that's nice. I probably shouldn't have broken that bottle though. Interactable items. Sorry for the jankiness here. I'll try to move a little slower. I keep fast turning on. It's basically you push, you grab, you pull. Here I use the trigger to move these things. You have some haptic feedback in your controllers, so you can tell when you're pushing on something. I thought, okay, here, try to go slower. Exa. All right, this is where a cartridge, or not a cartridge, but a vial. So, no spoilers here, but you need a vial to set into here to spin here in the centrifuge, and then you take that to another place. This is very early, so I really feel like I'm not messing too much stuff up here. And you interact with other items, and this is the puzzle part. So another vial there. This is not something that's interactable, but it's something that you can just see. You can, however, lift the hood, lift the gate to the hood, and as you can see, this is a caustic item. Here we go. Interface. tool. Okay, so I get this by pushing the lower circular button on. You see my thumb moving? I'll move a little closer because I know things are closer for me than they are in the videos. But you can see here that this is, as I move my thumb, it's recognizing where I'm moving. So I'm using this button to pull up this interface tool. And then I point at it and pull my trigger, and it tells me what it is. Organic resin bottle. And I can do that with anything, and it tells me what it is, and it's right here, which is fantastic. Close that hood again. You do have to be within a certain distance in order to evaluate things. Okay, that's not something I can evaluate. Let's go back here to where we were. Oh, trigger, yeah. Okay, so this is telling me it's centrifuge. No information. No information. So some guesswork is involved, but gosh, it is such a pretty game. Let's take a look at this book. Analyzing the book. Binder full of complex analytical data. And so you take all this information that you find and you research things and to find out where you need to go and what you need to do next. And so many things are interactable, which just gives you fantastic immersion feels. It's just, it's really neat in that regard. I am not a huge puzzle game person. Alright, this evaporator isn't something that you can use, so you're not going to be making anything in these Erlenmeyers or flat bottoms or any of the scientific
This
stuff
research
you
lab
find
is
around
fully
here.
equipped. It's even got a dedicated server terminal.
Perfect. Just what I'd hoped for. I'll need you to send me the data stored on those servers.
Okay, there's an example. There's a panel that you need to access. And as you can see, this is not something that you can read. So because the language is not English, I translate anything that I see to try to, translate, basically. I haven't. Okay, those doors don't open. But you have a component here on the side of your thing. You put your other hand up to it, you grip it, you pull it out, and you've got like a, gosh, I almost want to think it's like a Pip-Boy function for this game, and you can plug it into certain sockets, and it's just amazing. And this is native on the Quest. You don't need to sideload it. It's, if I recall correctly, I did recently pick up SideQuest. But I do believe this is available on the Quest through the Quest store, so you don't have to have the side-loaded game to access it. I'm not going to show you much more because I don't want to spoil the game for you. But as you can see, alright, if I press this button again, the interface tool is going to get put away and I get my claw back so I can grip things. Oh, you can push either button to get that. Okay, and then these buttons are movement, and on the right hand, this is your jetpack. How cool is that? And then you can use your directional buttons even when you're using your jetpack to hop over things, and sometimes that's necessary. So, hey, is there something up here that I need to press or interact with? Well, then, like that button. But of course there's nothing up there to interact with because that's not part of this puzzle. But it's pretty cool to be able to do it if you have the tummy for it. Like I said, I have not had any real problems with motion sickness other than a little bit of vertigo in mini golf, which is crazy. But So this side is like a holder. So when you don't have your what is this thing open? I almost forgot about this, so I'm glad that I told you about it. But if you don't have that open, then this glowy bit here at the bottom, it's kind of like think of it as a digital storage. So now you can see that I have that item attached to my device on my wrist, and I can carry two things that way, because I can also put one, I thought, on the right side. Obviously, I already have something here. What have I got? If memory serves, it's a bullet. Okay, so I'm going to put that back. I don't know why I'm holding on to this bullet, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember picking up. So if I needed to take something from one area to the other, and I needed to use my grips or my hands or my interactive tool, this is where I could store a couple items that if I have to take multiple things. That's how the game handles that. Okay, here we go. So I think I've explained all of that stuff. Let's see if I remember how to pull up a menu. Okay. As you can see, pointing, I get nice highlights here, so I can see what it is that I'm highlighting. It's very high contrast. Control scheme, okay, so there you can see your controllers, preferences, is going to be your options, audio, language, smooth turning, and you can see that I've got everything cranked up here. I have seated mode on. That could be interesting, but I'm not noticing any height adjustment issues. These blinder sides help with motion control issues if you have them. Okay, handedness. I'm right hand dominant, so I'm going to be on the right hand. Gun angle offset. Okay, so there will be a gun coming up, and I'm in normal difficulty. And again, everything highlights when you toggle over it, which is just, I love it. It's fantastic. Wish all games did it. Let's take a look at, yeah, that's where I was. Preferences. Memory issue. Okay, my memory, not the game. And let's turn down that music even further. Okay, gonna go back. You can choose your language. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And let's go to the main menu. Nice and big. All unsaved progress will be lost. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I'd rather pick up where I was and not save anything like that broken bottle. And then there's the exit. So, it's a single player game. If you wanted to load a save, I believe it has auto saves as you go. As you can see, it took me almost 3.5 hours to get to the point that I'm at. I'm pretty sure that most people get to that much faster, but I don't mind. Oh, look at that, I can see more landscape here. Did not see that while we were waiting for the game to open. It's just so pretty. Can't say enough about the appeal of this game. You know, even when you can't see well, what you can see is beautiful. It reminds me of the Grand Canyon, except red, so maybe the Grand Canyon on Mars. Beautiful, just beautiful. And I'm going to leave it here. I think it's worth a pickup if you like puzzle type games where you have to figure out how to progress. It's linear, it's not necessarily open world. You can move back and forth between areas if you've already gone through it. At least I've been able to go back to certain areas after I've figured out the puzzle. But in some cases, you may not be able to. I haven't progressed far enough in the game to find out if you ever come to points of no return. But it's an interesting story. You're trying trying to figure something out. And that's as much as I'm going to say, because I would rather you get to be able to experience the game without my influence telling you what it is. So we're going to exit here, and I'm going to say thank you for tuning in and seeing whether or not Red Matter 2 is for you if you have low vision. Have a good one. Bye-bye.